Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. So today, welcome back to another video. Before we get started on this video, make sure you stay with your local weather station for your guys' safety. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button below. And make sure you turn on those post notifications if you do choose to subscribe. So right now, today's video, we're going to be talking about some tropics that we could be seeing potentially starting up by the late next week or even the week after that. Right here, we're looking at some storms starting up and maybe going somewhere in the Gulf of Mexico. We're not 100% sure. But the GFS, the European, the CMC are kind of agreeing on something. So if we look, clear all this. So if we look, go on the next forecast run. And as you guys can see, we are having a bunch of bunches right here. Alright, so if you guys can see in this area, um, so, alright, so here we go. This is good enough right here. So as you guys can see, we do have they're not agreeing right now. We know we got a big chance of what could happen, but I'm good to guess it could form in this area. Anything right here, I have a good chance of forming in this area. So, erase this. Let's go on to, this is around the, I believe, the 9th. So, next week, next Wednesday, or this Wednesday coming up, we could probably potentially, maybe, we're not 100% set on seeing this yet, but we could see something. If you guys are wondering what ensembles are, is when the models are ran a certain amount of times. So like I think this one, if I'm right, might be the European one. And the European, I think, is only ran about 21 times. The GFS is ran about 50 times. I'm not sure how much the GFS is ran on. But as you guys see, this is what we see each run. So this is a run, this one L is a run, this is a run. But this one you really don't want to go off. You want to go by the big jumbo of stuff. You know, you're always going to have one that's off center because it's just bad data. And then as we keep on going, so let's just scroll through a little couple days. And as you guys can see right here, there will be some wind shear over here. I believe so, if I'm right. So this might be causing a storm to go that way. I have to check just to make sure, just to be sure. But as we go on to, this is around the we'll see. This is around Thursday, going on to Thursday. So let's go on to Saturday. So this is by Saturday, and you start to see a lot of the models are clustering up in this area right here. So we can see potential of forming, and this is around the this is the 12th. So this is this Saturday. So like I said, we got something to keep an eye on because we could possibly see something start to play and take a track. So as we keep on going, the further it goes out, the more closer day you realize. Once you start getting out here, you start to see as a cluster. You know they're pretty, but once you get out here, it starts to go willy nilly. But that's just due because it's so far out. We're talking about this now. This is about this is a Sunday, so exactly a week from today, so 7 days out. So really, the computers are not sure. But if we keep seeing these with the GFS and the European update and the CMC, I think we could possibly see something forming up. So let's actually go take a look at the GFS. So this right here is on tropical tidbits, and what this is where wind movement is in the atmosphere. So we change regions. Let's go into the Gulf of Mexico, and if we look, I was showing on just regular radar too, but if we look, we get down here. Let's see. Alright, so as we go on, this is around June 6th, June 7th. Alright, so June 8th, we get into, you gotta keep an eye out on this area right here. We start to see a little bit of movement right there. But nothing really, it's quiet. And then, now, the thing is, this is the newer GFS update. So if we look right here, yep, right here, we still got something forming in here. The GFS does take it earlier, it was saying around this area, but we do have something else over here too. And then something else to worry about right here. So as I take you guys on to the right here, take you to the regular rain. We're talking about a 999, so a very weak tropical storm. So right here, as you guys can see, 998, and then making, now this is June 18th, a Friday, so that's a good 2 weeks out still. But still, we erased that real fast, change it. Let's change it this time to this color. Alright, so you guys can see, it, landfall could be anywhere, but if the GFS and European keeps, are not agreeing, but keep showing that we might be seeing something in the Gulf of Mexico, going into Gulf of Mexico for the next week, I think we could have a good chance of seeing our first, or not first, our set. Well, I would say really our first storm named, because that really, the Anna one should never been named. It was kind of more out in the Atlantic, so it wasn't harming anything. It was a very weak thing. So I think really this one probably be our name, but in the books it's the second name storm. But we have to keep eye on this just to be sure, to make sure it's not gonna be nothing big. You're not gonna see a Cat 4, Cat 5 around this time of year. You might see a good tropical storm, but then as it goes on, we're talking about rains all the way up from here. And then with the new GFS run, we're talking about it may be carried by a front and taking it off into, you know. Now, if we look, like I said, there's that storm back there, which I think we might see a good chance of a storm. And let's erase this real fast, and then we don't see nothing really, but it is interesting to start seeing that we're seeing something. Let's see if the let's see. All right, let's go to this real fast. Let's go to the CMC, and I'll take you to the European. All right, so here's the CMC kind of agreement. Sort of, the GFS is more in this area right here. Um, like I said, so the European, or I'm sure I say the GFS I meant, it's more in this area. The Europe, or the CMC right here, it's going towards here. So let's see what it plays out to be. So as we keep on going, let's get this arrow out real fast. So as we it's at the full peak right now. So, but if we erase this dots real fast, let's see if the CMC is saying the same thing with us. Like I said, the CMC and GFS are agreeing in the same spot of forming. So that's something we do. But if you keep showing it, it's been showing it the last couple of days now. So something just to keep eye out on. So let's actually go to the European real fast, and same thing with the GFS right here. But the European does not, I believe, not go out as far as the just enough just to catch the the remains of it, or the beginning stages of it. All right, so if we change regions real fast, actually, I gotta do that. All right, so we change regions real fast. We go into the uh Western Atlantic, and as you guys can see, we do see, in fact, some starting of it in the European right here, which we could see. But the problem with the European is it's showing a little bit more later forming than the CMC and the GFS, because unlike if we go back to the GFS. All right, so this is the 16th of Wednesday. It's the 16th of Wednesday, and then we go on to June 16th, Wednesday. We're talking about it's already up here as a 997, which is a very weak tropical storm. We're talking about it's up here formed already, and the Europeans saying no, it's still in this area. It's taking time to perform. But if we go into the GFS, so we clear this out real fast. We go into GFS. Um, the GFS is kind of saying the same thing as the European around the 16th. But we go into 15th. Nothing's formed at that point right now. We're just seeing like parts of you know parts of rains, and then we're really around the 16th. So the I think the CMC is gonna be the fastest, but the CMC is not the best model out there. I think the European is the best hurricane tracker model. Um, like I said, we're gonna have to see this play out to see what we're seeing in order to visualize it. Like I said, it is about 2 weeks out still, so we still have a bit of time before we start to see this. Anything can happen during that time. But just the fact that we're seeing maybe the GFS and European are showing, and the CMC are showing something. Let's see if the in fact, let me check this one. This is not the best model out there too, and this one's kind of not goes out far. These are not the best models. The CMC is an okay model, honestly. It's probably not but in my opinion, it goes to Europeans first, GFS second, CMC third. That were my favorite, and then we'll check the Jamaican. They don't go out far too. So, um, we go into Mike's weather page, and we're actually gonna check out some of the wind shear map as of right now. So as you guys can see, the wind shear. If you're wondering about wind shear is a thing that can destroy hurricanes, tropical storms, and it's a very we call it the wind shear is a monster eater or hurricane eater. They love to kill hurricanes. If a hurricane ever gets mixed up in wind shear, it's done. It has a rare chance of it being surviving. So as you guys can see, in Saint June, or however you pronounce that, we do have a heavy wind shear in the Atlantic over here, and then we go towards Saint June. Uh, we got sort of, but our main concern is where this is going to be forming. Now we have to keep an eye out on this for next 2 weeks, because if we start to see wind shear build up in the Gulf of Mexico, we could see the storm not do nothing and potentially just die off before it even gets into it, because you're not too worried about the weak wind shear, because a hurricane can sustain a little bit of wind shear, but say if it once it starts getting into this type of red, yellow, I would say anything past right here, anything that's in this area past this gauge right here could destroy a hurricane and weaken it a little bit. The only heavy wind shear I see as of right now is right here. That's going off the Gulf of Mexico towards the Houston area, but really Miami's weak. Cuba, is just barely in the wind shear. So, like I said, we just have to watch this area, because we start to see wind shear build up, heavy wind shear build up in the Gulf of Mexico. Then we could potentially see the storm not turn into nothing and probably even hurt it more than anything else. So if we look, let's look at our water temperatures real fast. Uh, so if we look at our water temperatures right now, as we wait to load and scroll down. All right, so as we go on to our water temperatures right here. All right, here we go. All right, so in the area of the Gulf of Mexico, hurricanes need some warm water, and this is pretty warm for a hurricane, or not a hurricane, but a good tropical storm to sustain. Uh, to get strengthening. Like I said, in this area, we're talking about a good 82 degrees, 82, 83. As we get onto the Houston area, 80, the Louisiana, New Orleans, 81, that's 79. So, like I said, something we have to keep eye on because anything could turn. Wind shear could build up really fast. So, if we actually click this back on, I actually wanted to show you guys something. Alright, so if you go back down here, and I'll show you guys the where we're done. I actually want to show you quite a few things. Alright, so here we go. This is where our alright, so as you guys can see, the green is unfavorable. Means nothing can't really form in this area right now. And then we go to yellows, kind of, not rare to see anything. And then we start to see that orange, like in these areas right here, favorable. And then we see the red. All this right here is red, so we could see a tropical storm form in here. Doesn't mean you can make it up here. That's why it's going to be only a tropical storm, because it's unfavorable up here compared to down here. Now, if it was down here, then we could see that thing turn up to a good strong tropical storm, maybe Cat 1 if it was on this side of the Pacific Ocean. But it's in the Gulf of Mexico, so like I said, the only reason why it's not going to get strong is because we got wind shear, dry air, all types of things like that, and storms do not like that type of thing. So as we go on, so we'll actually show you the alright, so like I said, the Gulf of Mexico is pretty moist, even going up into the United States, to Florida, some of the Texas, but that's all dry air back there. It's been pretty moist down here for Texas, Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, uh, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee, Kentucky. So, like I said, but the only thing is that we do have a little dry air in this area right here, but nothing really to hurt it. But the Gulf of Mexico is very moist right now, so it could um, hold a good tropical storm. And then as we let's look at the dust from Africa. So as you guys can see right now, really there's no dust from here, but you guys can see the wind flow down here, which they they I have been watching some videos off it. They do expect this to move over a tad bit more in this area right here, but not too strong. That's why we're not seeing no hurricanes right now, because this right here will tear a hurricane right to pieces. Hurricanes cannot get in this type of dust. And, you know, like I said, it's common to see it, but as you start to get in that July, August stage, September stage, that dust does calm down a lot more, and that's when you get your uh, get some hurricanes and all that come off the African coast like that, and then take a track like that. But another thing is, we do have a strong high right here that is blocking that right there. So that's why you can see some of this wind flow going like this right now, and some of that dust going like this in the angle, because we do have a good high in the Atlantic Ocean as of right now. So, and I believe it might even go like more like this. It's probably going like this a little bit more, if I'm right. Um, so as you guys can see, we're not really, like I said, it's something to watch. Just to be careful. You know, it's something we will be watching for the next couple 2 weeks, couple days. All plays off to see what we're going to be seeing, and you know it's time. It's kind of that time of year right now. So, like I said, around the really this is 7 days out, you start to see a big jumble of it going out. So I'm gonna see if I can go out to a few days go out to a few days. And some of them are saying that we could possibly see some winds up to a good 50 kts, 50 kt. So, which is uh, I believe they add 10 more miles to it, so we could talk about 60 miles. So a good it'll probably be a tropical depression to start off. But like I said, once you start to get out to that this is a Monday, 6/14, so that's a good 7, that's 8 days out. So you start to see a lot of these are getting spreaded out, and really we can go off right here. But still, something to watch. It's not confirmed that we are having this. It's not even in the atmosphere yet, but a lot of models are showing that we could see something developing between, I want to say, this area all the way down to here, that we could see something developing. But anyways, guys, that's gonna be a wrap of the video today. Tomorrow's video will be a little bit more organized and put on time, and it's starting some new stuff just to get a feeling. But if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like it too, and if you decide to subscribe, make sure you turn on post notifications. And if you guys don't want to like step to live updates, I post more on my Instagram, so make sure you follow me on Instagram at Jacob's Weather. So until next time.